Greetings, viewers. This is King Eju from Southern Cameroon and Amazonia. Welcome to my platform. This is a Pan African platform. Please like, share, and subscribe. The discussion that I'm going to be having today has to do with Southern Cameroon, has to do with Amazonia, has to do with the liberation for Southern Cameroon against President Paul Biya against French Cameroon. You see, this war has been going on for 4 years. 4 years. And it is our own inner issues that is slowing down the momentum, that's slowing down the rate at which this war could be at. We've made Southern Cameroon ungovernable. We, the Southern Cameroons, we, the people inside Southern Cameroon, which includes those who are fighting, which includes the citizens, which includes the refugees, which include everybody, including the groups, those that are recognized, those that are not recognized. Groups like C, IG Samuel Sako's IG with Chris Anno, you name it. But there is, or there are, three main groups that are that have influence in this revolution. If only these groups could work as a team, could work together to work for the interests of the people, not the interests of their own personal interests, then the possibilities of Southern Cameroon liberating herself will be endless, will be possible, will be achievable. But our inner enemies, our, our leadership, from C to IGK to Samuel Sako's IG or Chris Arnold's IG, and all the surrogates that encourage these groups and boost their ego to become so radical in their ideologies. Let me read something that was stated. Dr. Ayaba chooses Egosi and himself could not work with IGK, led by Sisiko and VP Yerema, because of lack of respect. Says no one respects him. For that reason, he has changed and taken his stand to withdraw his collaboration. He says all should apologize openly before moving forward. That's the statement of Dr. Joe Ayaba with the discussion that he had with Dr. I believe Ibini. To be honest, when C and IGK came together, which was after Sisiko has been detained and put in jail after being abducted from Nigeria to Cameroon, is because Dr. Cho Aiba, I think, and I believe, is because that Dr. Cho Aiba thought that he will be able to create this, so-called unity between C and IGK so that he could now take the momentum and control both and do what he needed to do. But for some time now, I think it hasn't really, that unity or that collaboration hadn't really worked out the way he wanted because it wasn't going his own way. And he's just using an excuse to not get out and try to impose himself and say, oh, the people from IGK must apologize because they don't respect him. And this also has to do with the fact that he has created an alliance with the Biafra leader and the Biafra people, which he thinks is giving him an edge over the other groups. But I don't think it is. It's not giving him an edge. In a way, the alliance between Biafra and Ambazonia through Dr. Ayaba benefit both um, Ambazonia and Biafra, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna liberate both nations. It would not. It cannot. Just based on the alliance, Southern Cameroon or Ambazonia cannot achieve independence. Just based on the alliance, Biafra cannot achieve independence. More needs to be done. A lot more. And because of lack of unity, because of lack of cooperation, because there is so-called leaders, especially Cho Ayaba, who is so egoistic and want to present himself godlike to the people, that he is demanding IGK to apologize. Apologize for what? Let me ask you something, Dr. Cho Ayaba. This is King H. I'm talking to Dr. Cho Ayaba. I'm addressing. Who is going to apologize to the citizens of Southern Cameroon, which is over 30,000 who have been killed? Who is going to apologize? You want the same people who are fighting to liberate themselves from a war just because you have a leadership of a fraction of a group. You want the other groups to apologize. Do you respect the other group? Do you even see those other groups and the effort they have put in this revolution as equal to yours? You don't. Which is why you think you have the ego, especially those your so-called surrogate, which they always like to, fill your ego. Especially somebody like Tapang Ivo, when he talks about you, it's like he's talking to a god. Somebody like Capo Daniel, when he talks about you, it's like he's talking to a god. Or even Asu Lucas, when they talk about you as if they are talking to God. You have created this godlike image where you think you can bully the same people that you think you want, the same people that you're supposed to liberate, who have paid their lives in this struggle. This revolution is not all about Agov C and Dr. Cho Ayaba. It's not even all about the IGK. It's not even all about Samuel Sako. But it's because these so-called leaders, like all African leaders who want to prompt their ego, who want to make them feel like they are all and all. Let me tell you something. Cho Ayaba is not the only one that can liberate Southern Cameroon. Even Agov C is not the only one that can liberate Southern Cameroon. But for some reason, he thinks he's the be all and do all of Southern Cameroon. But let me tell you something, Dr. Cho Ayaba. I don't give a fuck if you're a doctor or not. When it comes to war, the people who are dying, those are the people that matter, not your respect. And don't think you can shit on people because they don't have doctor degrees, or because they don't have a certain qualification, or because you think, you are so important to Southern Cameroon that Southern Cameroon cannot do without you. That you tell other doctors, because in IGK there are many doctors. I don't know what qualification of doctor degree you have, or I don't give a fuck either, because I don't even got a fucking, you know, masters or anything like that. But I'll tell you, I don't give a fuck. You're nobody. At the end, every human being will die. So don't make yourself think that you are the be all, the see all, the do all, the God give. Nah. Until you have the audacity to tell IGK to apologize that what have they done? Let me say something. You've been in this so-called revolution for 30 years. What have you actually achieved? You have raised money for 3 years for this revolution. What have you done with all the money you've raised? Because the amount of money you've raised is almost as equal to the amount of money Samuel Sako has raised. We know what Samuel Sako has done with his money. And we will keep saying it over and over, because no, all the groups don't matter to me, especially if we don't gain independence. That will be the laughing stock at the end. Because after all the energy and the resources and the people who have died because of the egos of these so-called leaders who demand apology for a war that is going on. You're not fighting for yourself. You're not just fighting, to make your name. But to you, maybe that's what you think. We're fighting to liberate a country that could be one of the best countries in the world, in Africa. But because of the egos of our leaders, we are destroying the same dream, the same possibility that we are trying to create for every Southern Cameroon, those who are for Ambazonia or against Ambazonia. So long as you're a Southern Cameroonian, you should feel the courage, the ability. You should feel happy to have a nation, even if you didn't support it in the first place. But a lot of these so-called surrogates keep attacking people left and right because, they're not supporting this group, or they're not supporting that group, or they're not supporting this, the people, they're enablers, they're this, they're that. You're fighting a revolution. You're also trying to win the minds of the people of Southern Cameroon. But many of these so-called leaders don't seem to understand that. We're fighting a revolution. Not everybody is supposed to be on our side. Not every Southern Cameroon is supposed to support us. But when you are on that leadership role, when you say you represent the people, you need to think of everybody, those who are for you and those who are against you, those who don't even share your ideas. And not necessarily have to spend energy to, try to convince them, but at least give an impression that you give a damn, even if they don't give a damn about what you're doing. But Samuel Sako, when it comes to that, he failed completely when it comes to leadership, because he doesn't even know what the fuck is leadership. He doesn't comprehend leadership. And all the surrogates are behind him. They don't understand. But they're just fighting for their own crumbs, saying that they're trying to liberate the country. 3 years, both IGK and Samuel Sako, no, both AGOFC and Samuel Sako, and even IGK have raised money. Enough money to have actually, liberated some of the communities inside Southern Cameroon. For 4 years we're fighting, but we haven't even liberated any community, town, villages divisions, subdivisions, or counties. We haven't liberated none. But day in, day out, for the past 4 years, we keep fighting among ourselves and saying that we are the one doing the work. Meanwhile, the people on ground zero are the one paying the price. But you have the audacity, the godlikeness to demand an apology. You know, that is the highest of egoness in any revolution or any war. You know, in order for even in order for any nation or people to even show that type of ego is when you've actually won the war. But we haven't even won the war. And our people have died. And you cannot even respect that simple thing. Yet you demand for people to respect you or for IGK to respect you and apologize. Apologize that who are you? What are you going to do if they don't apologize? Are you going to kill them because they didn't apologize? Are you going to beat them up because you didn't apologize? Are you going to threaten or send your goons to come and do some kind of nonsense to them if they don't apologize? What are you going to do? You keep losing generous after generous after generous, and you don't even, win territory. The success and failure that Southern Cameroon has had in the past and now has come based on the work that every group is doing, good or bad, good or bad. Every group and everybody inside Southern Cameroon contributing to the progress of the liberation of Southern Cameroon, they have put in an input, negative or positive. But AGOC thinks that they are the be all and do all of Southern Cameroon. They think they will liberate Southern Cameroon. I'm a critic. I will watch and see. As for now, there is no group that has actually, gotten my attention that I should say I should support them financially. I did support when they had the so-called by trip to Boya. But after that, when I noticed that the shit is just bullshit, I said, fuck it. I will still keep watching because I'm a critic. And I will speak my mind. And nobody's going to stop me because I am King H. Please subscribe and share my channel. Till next time, I'm out.